Hello learners, condition monitoring and maintenance management, condition based monitoring, presented by myself Dr. N. Venkateshwarlu, Associate Professor, School of Engineering and Technology, IGNOU, New Delhi. Learners, condition based monitoring. What is condition based monitoring? The best alternative concept is that for performing correct time of maintenance ought to be determined by monitoring condition or performance, provided of course that a readily monitorable parameter of determination can be found. The desirability of this policy monitoring technique used and its predictive periodicity will depend upon the determination characteristics of the equipment. At one extreme, the simple replaceable items could be checked visually, and by other simple techniques. At the other extreme, the complex replaceable items require the techniques like vibration monitoring, shock pulse monitoring, oil analysis, defect analysis, debris analysis, thermography, etc. The use of instrumentation may be justified by high repair and unavailability costs. Total productive maintenance. TPM developed in Japan, Tero technology in UK, logistics in USA have the same goals. Tero technology as per BSI is a combination of management, financial, engineering and other practices applied to physical assets in pursuit of economic life cycle costs. Its practice is concerned with the specifications and design for reliability and maintainability of plant and machinery, equipment, buildings and structures with their installations, commissioning, maintenance modification and replacement with feedback of information on design performance and cost. TPM aims to maximize equipment effectiveness. In fact, this is same as Tero Technology's goal of attaining an economic life cycle cost. Logistics is an old military term referring to support to frontline through procurement, storage, transportation and maintenance of manufactured goods and systems. In current methods, logistics consists of LCC, life cycle costs, reliability engineering and maintenance engineering. Thus, the goal of TPM, Tero technology and logistics is same as goal of LCC, and they differ in terms of pre-use, target, location and responsibility. All the above explained concepts are summarized and tabulated in the following table. So, various maintenance strategies are given in the following table. The maintenance strategies and their central themes. 1. The failure based maintenance. Central theme is to correct or rectify the failures and restoring the usable condition of the equipment. Then second one, time based maintenance, to maintain the machine after certain predetermined period of time. Third, contractual maintenance, to assign maintenance to outside party to save time of in-house or save maintenance costs or due to warranty / guarantee period. Reliability centered maintenance, to enhance the reliability of the equipment and build the confidence of the user. Condition based maintenance or dynamic or predictive maintenance, to improve the condition and performance of the equipment. Then breakdown maintenance, to repair the machine after failure occurs. Emergency maintenance, to attend the breakdown or failures without delaying and to prevent further loss or to catastrophe or control the situation. Operate to failure and corrective maintenance, to use unto death deriving maximum possible outcome without expense. In other words, to get maximum output of available one even after the lifespan is completed. No maintenance techniques, to use and throw after completing its specified or intended life period. Preventive maintenance, to prevent the occurrence of failures and hence save the maintenance work cost to improve safety. Maintenance prevention, to prevent the maintenance by replacing with new parts when old parts fails. 12th, productive maintenance, to improve the productivity by carrying out the maintenance on machine parts by providing alternative without shutting down the machines. Predictive maintenance, to predict the occurrence of failures in advance and attempting to forestall or stop the failures or reduce the effect. Planned maintenance, to maintain systematically at regular intervals with a checklist and fixed maintenance duration such as minor or major overhauls. Scheduled maintenance, to maintain machine condition by schedules predetermined with the consent of user department irrespective of the condition of the machine. Shutdown maintenance, to maintain the equipment when it is not in use so as not to interrupt the production. Fixed time maintenance, to maintain the machines at fixed time intervals presuming the machine as strictly time dependent. Then design out maintenance, to find the root cause of the failures and to update the equipment with changing technology and eliminating poor design features and aiming to eradicating the failures by design changes. TERO technology or total productive maintenance or logistics and physical assets management, to maintain in all respective respects over entire life cycle, that is designed to discard of equipment by preventing the failures, preserving the condition, prolonging the life and restoring the condition throughout the life for best productivity. This is known as the productive maintenance. Then factors influencing the selection of maintenance policy or strategy. So, here the various factors influence, we have learned about the various maintenance strategies, various maintenance policies. So, in that an industry it has to select. So, which method it has to select, that is depending upon the various factors. What are those factors? You have now learnt the following maintenance policies and the methods used under them. Now, to adapt for an industry, one can choose one or more of the policies, which are failure based maintenance policy, contractual maintenance policy, reliability centered maintenance policy, time based maintenance policy, condition based maintenance policy and total productive maintenance policy. Depending on the requirement, we can take these policies in suitable proportions. We can even find an appropriate combination of the methods under these policies. We can consider one policy for a few machines and another one for some other machines. For example, if contractual maintenance is chosen on computers, failure based maintenance may be selected for the production machinery of the same industry. Similarly, the electrical part may be considered for time based maintenance, while mechanical parts may be observed by condition based maintenance for a diesel generator. However, when such policies are laid down, a great exercise is required to be done on every machine to study all the characteristics that influence the decision. The policy thus selected for majority of the machines or on long term plan can be then stated as the maintenance strategy. The most common factors that influence the decision in laying down a maintenance policy or strategy are listed below. Maintenance objectives, internal resource level such as tools, spare parts, materials, time, etc. and contract resources, cost of maintenance, plant condition, age of the machines, statutory regulations, safety, short term production requirements, long term production requirements, mode of operation, method used, material and their quality levels, quality policy of the company, guarantee warranty, cycle time and length of the time that the machine is run uninterruptedly after its starting, machine characteristics and specifications, operating conditions, environmental conditions, availability of spares, technological competence. Maintenance strategy formulation. Then how to formulate the strategy of a maintenance. The maintenance strategy is formulated to achieve the maintenance objectives and directing the resources under the given constraints in the form of availability and requirement. Normally, the maintenance strategy is formulated for long run. However, a due consideration is given to short term production requirements also. More or less, all the above discussed factors have their own influence on formulating the strategy. The main decision is usually concerned with establishment of the level of preventive maintenance needed to bring the output characteristics and maintenance resource levels under control. Thus, various possible strategies will be a result of combination in different proportions of preventive and corrective maintenance, ranging from 100% preventive and 0 corrective to 0 preventive to 100% corrective. The problem of identifying and establishing the right maintenance mix to achieve the maintenance objectives possesses the few points in next section. The bottlenecks or roadblocks in formulating the maintenance strategy. The maintenance strategy is a function of relationship between production and maintenance, and hence in most of the cases it will be subjected to variations. If preventive maintenance work is neglected for a period of time, it results in increase in corrective maintenance work subsequently. Consequently, more pressure will be built up on limited maintenance resources to further neglect preventive maintenance. This in turn may lead to the 100% corrective maintenance, that is operate to failure and corrective maintenance policy. When a machine is operated to failure for a period of time, it has to be brought back to an acceptable conditions through the corrective maintenance before any strategic decision on preventive maintenance is taken or implemented. Otherwise, which can weaken the preventive maintenance or the preventive maintenance may become ineffective. There is a level of preventive and corrective maintenance that minimizes the sum of resources costs lost output. It is very difficult to locate this point of optimum level, otherwise may become over maintained or under maintained. The optimum level of preventive maintenance is very sensitive to cost of lost output. Therefore, as far as possible, the maintenance work should be carried out during the hours in which the machine is not under operation or not run or under outage. The maintenance strategy is to be determined by suitable parameters and policy such as time based, failure based, age based, condition based, etc. A preventive maintenance can also be fit in any frame of the above, thus a suitable design is to be made for the conduct. Apart from all the factors that are mentioned in the previous section also have their own impact while selecting and designing the maintenance strategy or policy. A due consideration is to be given to each of these factors while establishing strategy. After laying down an appropriate policy with a suitable maintenance mix, the maintenance operators can be trained according to the norms set. Usually, the procedure followed by the plant engineers in almost all the industries, irrespective of their policy or strategy, is as follows. Step 1. Adjust. Normally, a machine performs out its specification due to continuous running. The machine is to be readjusted properly in its settings. In some cases, this may be termed as calibration also. With a simple adjustments, the machine will become alright. To carry out this operation, the plant engineer or the maintenance operator should have thorough knowledge on the design of the machine as well as its performance characteristics. It will be an added advantage if plant engineer has got the past data and history of the machine if the machine is old. This job is entrusted to the production department in some industries. Step 2. Simple repair. Often the machine can be repaired with a minor repairs unless otherwise the machine experiences a fatal accident or subjected to severe wear or misoperated. In any of the later cases, the fault can be found very easily since it is seen with the naked eye, but in the case of small repairs only, it is very difficult to locate and identify the problem. Once the problem is identified, it will be very simple to repair, and simple may become complex if not identified in time. The simple repair also includes periodic checkup or checking of some parameters at regular or irregular intervals based on hour, miles, output of production or some combination of these and making necessary repairs. Step 3, in situ repair or in situ replacement. A machine can fail due to failure of a component or part, which is often referred to as in situ replacement or in situ repair in plant engineering terminology. In certain circumstances, it may be considered with least replaceable assembly, in which the total assembly of the part may be taken out of the machine and replaced with the standby assembly. The removed assembly may be taken to the plant engineering department and repaired for next use or standby. This repairing requires sufficient stock of components or spare parts or standby units, which may most likely to fail, that is statistically predictable. Then step 4, design out maintenance. As indicated by cause investigation, after major or recurring failures, a thought may be given towards updating the part or component with latest technology and replace the item. A suitable planning and follow up is necessary to do this. A regular watch and statistical analysis with the concept of probability and reliability analysis are the helpful tools for design out maintenance. However, besides the above procedure, a preventive maintenance program may be scheduled. Characteristics of maintenance strategy. While establishing best strategy, the maintenance manager is required to study the following characteristics: failure characteristics, mean time to failure, mean time between failure, mean life, uncertainty of item life, detectability of failures, replacement and repairability. Then another one is cost characteristics: cost of preventive actions, consequent of failures, cost of labor on repair, cost of spares, indirect costs, other cost. Safety characteristics: damage to the machine, damage to the humans, damage to the environment, statutory safety regulations. These are the various characteristics of maintenance strategy. Operating and production characteristics: process, product, type of production, output, resources and their properties, quality level. Out of the above characteristics, the last one is not considered in certain organization, while in some other organization it may not physically exist. These are discussed in detail in the subsequent units. The top down bottom up approach. A systematic approach is required to establish an efficient and effective maintenance strategy. Further, this system should also consider the following points: the operational and structural complexity of the plant, the relationship between production and plant engineering and its dynamic nature, the relationship between maintenance strategy, maintenance objective, workload and resource availability. Requirements, bottleneck and influence factors. The top down bottom up approach accommodates all above points for consideration. This system is briefed out here under step 1. Understand the characteristics of the plant operation, construct a process flow chart, understand the type of production and production policy, rank the units according to their criticality, identify the maintenance scheduling characteristics, identify the prevailing maintenance strategy and maintenance objectives, establish a maintenance plan for each unit, Analyze the plant units into their maintenance causing items, determine the best maintenance method for each item and divide into online and offline methods. Establish an offline plan for each unit and frequency, identify the corrective maintenance guidelines. Then step 3, prepare a maintenance schedule for a plant, prepare the list of all machines or units, prepare the online schedule and frequency, prepare the offline schedule and frequency with the help of about 2C, establish the planned workload for an online and offline schedules based on the information in 3B and 3C, also forecast the expected and unexpected unplanned work load by experience, review the schedules once again, check the accordance with actual resources available. Step 4, establish the initial policy for spare parts and for reconditioning. Identify the parts that are to be maintained as spares with the help of 2B and 3A, 3A, B and C. Consider the overall plant demand for spare parts and repairable items to determine the spares inventory policy. Set a reconditioning and replacement policy by calculating the replacement periods for each unit. Consider all safety and quality standards to maintain. Learners, I hope after listening to this video lecture you might have understood about condition based monitoring, total productive maintenance, maintenance strategy selection, maintenance strategy formulation, bottlenecks in formulating maintenance strategy and maintenance procedures and selection. So, with this I conclude. Thank you for listening the lecture, and if you have any doubts you can ask through mail. Thank you.